Hi everybody. Today we are on Thursday. This is the second video for the week starting on July the 29th, and that's module 4. So I looked at the course website, looked under module 1, so apparently there are no questions here. For module 4, we already have one entry from Esther. It looks like her team already decided on the data set, and it maybe already has the data set, which is good. Again, remember that I offered to take a look at your project file in your data set. This is something I can do. Now, I will not be reading reports before their submission or sections of reports because that would be pre-grading. What I can do is answer specific questions that you may have on sections of the report or on the report as a whole. But I will not be doing things like, a group sends me a draft of the report and asks me, what do you think about this? And then I do copy editing and I write. That's not what I will do. But I can take a look at the project file and tell you whether the model makes sense. For that, I would need the project file and also the data set with the description of the variables. So that's something that I offered already. The one thing I would say is that we are here, right? So if you wait until this week here, module 7, to put the report together, you're going to end up with a poor quality report because you have multiple sections. You have to, all the team members who have to read the report, make sure that the report is coherent. And so if you wait until this week, you'll be very rushed, probably stressful, and it will not be a very good project. The report will be disjointed. So you need to have the whole report ready, I would say, before this week, so that during this week you do some fine-tuning on the report. And we are here, so we're getting there very quickly. Another thing I wanted to mention today, given that there are no questions, is this: that the teams may have data sets that will include what I call data labels, or basically text data. And there is a video here under video discussing problems and respective solutions. This is under warppls.com. So we have this video titled Use Data Labels to Better Understand Small Samples in warppls. And when you click on that link, you get taken to this video. And this video shows you how to create these data labels, how to read them into warppls, and how to include them in the analysis. In this particular case, we use them as labels, and they are not only for small samples. You can actually use the labels to understand what's going on with the data, even with larger samples. There is another way in which you can use labels to create numeric data. Numeric data is data that you're going to be using to generate the path coefficients and the other numbers for the analysis. Data labels cannot be used for that. They can be used to illustrate certain things in graphs, and this video talks about that. But you can actually also turn data into turn text data into numbers, and I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but it's something that is discussed to a certain extent here on this data set and the corresponding video. So it's on the video. Deciding on a mall location to establish a hot dog kiosk. And here we have data on two mall locations, one north, one south, and north and south are actually text. So what this analysis did was to actually change that text to numbers, and it's 1 and 0 that we used. And when you have two particular types of text that you can, or you may have more than two, but if you can break them into two main types, then you can use 0 and 1. If you have 3 or 4, then it's a different story. If any group has that situation, you can I can tell you how to do that. You would have to actually convert labels into numbers. This is explained in another video, and it's a categorical to numeric conversion. So this one, explore a categorical to numeric conversion in WarPLS, and so you can take a look at this video if you're interested in this particular topic. You can take a look at this video here, explore categorical to numeric conversion in WarPLS. That is, if you have text that you cannot manually change with numbers, and that can be the case when you have multiple categories of text. So that would be that's something that you may have in your data set, and if you have data labels and you want to convert them into numbers, that could give you that 7. If you have 6 and then data labels, so let's say you have 6 latent variables, and I told you I want to see 7 or more, just to have a project that is of the kind of complexity that I tend to see more in line with what people do in practice. And you say you have, say, 6 latent variables and then 1 column of text. You could then use that column of text to generate another latent variable, and then you would meet that minimum 7. So it may come in handy. It may be something you may want to do. You don't have to do it, but you may want to do it, and that would be a way of doing it. Typically, you can come up with at least 2 categories, even if you have more than 2 in text. And you can also come up with numbers for text. So let's say you have collected data, just for the sake of discussion, from different countries. Instead of using the countries, let's say New Zealand, Brazil, Spain, what you would use is a number that quantifies something for those countries, and you could use that number or multiple numbers. One example would be GDP per capita. So that would be a way of turning text into numbers. So there are different ways you can do that. This one would be a little bit more sophisticated. Not this one here. The categorical to numeric conversion feature of WarPLS. So, but there are different ways to do that. So this is what I wanted to mention today. Please send me your questions if you have. They have to be more specific questions, not, we've written this, take a look. No, more specific questions than those, and I'll be happy to answer them. And don't forget, the individual assignment for Module 4 is due by 1 p.m. on Friday. That's tomorrow, 1 p.m. tomorrow. One student already submitted that. That's Esther. So thank you for watching.